Hi guys, this is Jen here. We are having steak quesadillas tonight for dinner and they are so good. My husband was so excited to see these on the menu. So I thought I would show you how to make them. They're really easy. For these it's best to do all of the prep work first because once you start cooking the meat and then making the quesadillas, it goes really fast. So I will show you everything you're going to need. First, you'll need your flour tortillas. I actually do use corn tortillas. They're not as good, but if you have to eat gluten-free, they're still good, but not as good as flour. So you're going to want to cut them in half like this. So just cut your tortilla in half because you're going to wrap it over. And this works better than cutting the tortillas in four because then all of your filling is going to stay right in there. And then I used 1 pound, it's tri-tip steak that I got from Trader Joe's, and you can use a different kind if you want. But you'll want 1 pound and you'll just want to cut it into thin strips against the grain, like that. And then you're going to need olive oil for getting your quesadillas nice and crispy on the outside. And then you're going to season your steak with chili powder, garlic powder, cumin, and a little bit of crushed red pepper. And then you're going to need some shredded Colby Jack cheese, some fresh cilantro chopped, some fresh tomatoes chopped, and I have 4 green onions chopped here. And if you don't like any of those things, you can easily leave those out. And then we serve our quesadillas with sour cream and salsa, so you'll also need those. So what you want to do is cut your meat and let it rest for a little bit, probably like a half an hour, because you don't want to put cold meat into the skillet. So I go ahead and season it really well while it's just sitting here. So you're going to use a good amount of seasoning, at least probably like 2 teaspoons of each of these except for the crushed red pepper. You want it to be really flavorful, your meat. So chili powder, cumin, garlic powder, and a little crushed red pepper. This will make it spicy, so you can definitely leave that out if you have young children who don't like spicy food or if you don't like it yourself. And then you're just going to kind of press the seasonings in and just let it rest, like I said, for about a half an hour. And then once your half an hour is up, you're going to use a large skillet and put your olive oil in the bottom and let the olive oil get nice and hot before you cook your meat. And it goes quick because you just want to cook your meat for a couple minutes so that it's not chewy. You want it nice and tender. And I'm going to show you how to do that, but I thought I would explain it first because it does go fast once you start cooking the meat. Okay guys, so you're going to want to heat your pan up on medium-high and then pour 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil in, probably more like 2, and let it get nice and hot. And then you're going to put your steak in, and it's going to cook fast. My pan is scooting around. See, my beef is starting to cook already, and I just put it in here. So you're just going to stir that around and let it cook for a couple minutes. Just until it's cooked through, but you don't want to overcook it. Okay guys, so my steak cooked for a few minutes, and this is what it will look like when it's done. And you're going to want to remove that from the heat right away. And then you're going to start assembling your quesadillas. Okay guys, so I have my large skillet on medium-high heat, and you're just going to drizzle some olive oil in the pan. I'm just going to do 4 quesadillas just because it will be easier for me to flip those while I'm concentrating on what I'm saying. So you're just going to lay it in there like this. So part of it will be kind of sticking over the edge. And then you're going to want to put your steak on top. And this part goes really fast, so you have to, watch everything. But I found that it's easier to assemble everything right in the pan than trying to carry it over with, the meat inside and shredded cheese and everything. And then you're just going to want to sprinkle your cheese on. And I wait until I flip them before I put the cilantro, onion, and tomato in, because it'll start to fall out once you try to flip them. So you're just going to fold those over and hear it sizzling. And you're just going to let it cook until it gets nice and brown and crispy on that side. Okay, so you can see the edges are starting to get nice and golden brown. And you can always peek at them, but mine need to be flipped. So you're going to flip them over. See, they're nice and brown and crispy. And I just do these in batches because I can't flip too many at one time. And then once they're flipped, then you can just kind of pull the top over and sprinkle your cilantro, tomato, and a little green onion there. And you're just going to want to let it get nice and crispy on the outside, on the other side. And you'll want to keep adding more olive oil as you do each batch, and just continue to do that for as many quesadillas as you like. And I'll show you what it looks like when they're all done. Okay guys, this is what it looks like when it's all done. Nice crispy quesadillas, nice and crispy on both sides. And then we are just having it with chips and salsa and sour cream. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask below in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos. Thanks for watching.